right, y'all. Let's talk about the people's favorite show. Or is it? Because the ratings is giving
Not so much.
People's favorite show.
girl,
I always hesitate to say that now.
listen, the way that people have been looking at the ratings and been dragging the producer, the top producer of the show on Twitter and everywhere, girl, I said, "Oh my God. Y'all don't have to cut up like that." But I think that they were cutting up because they didn't like the video he did about Candy, where he was what you said, Nisi, focused on not understanding,
You committed to
committed
misunderstanding.
to misunderstanding the
Uh-huh.
situation with Candy. So the people got their revenge, I guess, and they drug them down.
I
But
didn't even
let's
see what he said. He be talking, huh?
yeah, I don't really watch, but I did get a chance to check out Scotty. Scotty did something. He did a
Okay.
video and he did a watch along of what all Carlos had to say. And he was talking about how he didn't believe that Kenya and Candy's relationship was really like authentic. He felt like it was for show. He'll only believe if it's real, if they've hung out outside of the show. And clearly, Kenya has been seen hanging out with Candy multiple times outside of the show. She just went on a birthday trip with her.
Yeah,
Um,
that's crazy. I feel like, yeah, who thinks they're not real friends?
Yikes. And then says that it something about Sonya, like, why is it okay for Sonya? You want Sonya to be loyal to you, but she can't be loyal to Marlo or something like that. And I'm just like, you misunderstanding it. Candy just don't like, if you're gonna be riding the fence, be fair. Don't be sitting up there trying to like Sonya pretty much shows her side. She's team Marlo for the most part because she's always making excuses and speaking for Marlo, but never really understanding where Candy is coming from with things. So, we all know the issue he has with Candy. And as much as he may say he doesn't have one, we know. And
Yeah, couldn't get them life story rights.
and it's more fitted for him to align with Marlo. But congratulations and good luck. But yeah, so Love and Marriage Huntsville, let's talk about it. There's a comeback meeting. And this comeback meeting is continuing to happen. I feel like this comeback meeting could have been wrapped up on the previous episode. It really didn't need to be dragged into the next one where we hear Maurice yell, Maurice, baby, I want you to pick a fucking side because you are so annoying. And I'm starting to see for me that you're probably the person I least like the most on this show.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
He sat up there and said that, oh, I don't think anybody should get paid. And then next thing you know, you're yelling at Marcel and Tisha talking about they stole your idea. Baby, which one is it? You didn't give a damn about the idea in the beginning because you didn't want nobody to get paid. And then now you over here yelling in these people's face to the top of your damn lungs, talking about something y'all stole our idea. Like, shut the hell up. Anywho, Melody is deciding that she's not going to get him any of her free time to do no group activities together, and pretty much lets them know that it's a trust factor. I think Marcel tried to guilt her by saying, oh, well, you came to this meeting. So if you came to this meeting, then you should be okay. Like, obviously you're moving forward, in a step of, good faith or whatever, like you're moving forward with progress with us. And I'm like, that's not really how that works. Like, she don't really fuck with y'all. So no, it's still a process for her. Do y'all not remember what the hell y'all was talking about at the reunion? Come on now.
Right. Devil in sheep's clothing.
Well, for sure. What did y'all think about the meeting and Mel falling back off them?
I don't blame Mel. I'm glad that she had that sit down because literally what she said to Tisha is we can't act like we just went in a bad place before. And as far as Maurice yelling, I felt like he was coming from a place of shit. We tired of paying the taxes on the comeback group if you're gonna steal our idea. I think that's why he was like so split. I think he really was like, I don't have to get paid, but I think it was another thing to be like, hey, I'm not paying these taxes for y'all to do the same shit that we done already, took to the courthouse and had signed. So I wasn't really mad at him about that. But I just think it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy for them to want to use Mel, let's be real. Because I was thinking it even before they got to this episode, what is the expo gonna be without Mel? What is it gonna be?
Mm.
A
Ain't
black
nobody
event.
coming for that. Yeah, it's a Scott event. Nobody I can say that the majority of people who watch the show don't want to go to a Love and Marriage Huntsville event without Mel to get business advice. So it's crazy that they want to try to gaslight her into helping them out.
That's what I don't like about it. The whole guilt trip of if you don't want to do this, I'm gonna call you greedy. Like, who gives up how you feel, Marceau? Like, y'all can't even Get y'all house situation together. Who cares what you think? I feel like I'm tired of Carlos and the rest of y'all pretending like the Scots have their ish together when they do not. It would be more interesting if y'all would cover how much of a shit show they are instead of trying to pretend like they got everything together and they so classy based when they really not. A lot of the leg up in business that they got came from Mel in the first damn place. So all of this we know better than you bull that they pull is really like, get out of my face with this, because y'all always come back asking Mel for help. And the thing that make me so mad at Tisha had the audacity to ask Mel why she wasn't taking leadership in her meeting. Why would I be taking leadership in your meeting? What are you even talking about? And then that whole after, I understand if Mel doesn't want to be a part of it, but don't make excuses. Girl, what are you talking about? It does matter that she doesn't want to be a part of it. You're going to try to find a way to muscle her mentally and emotionally into doing it, because that's how Marceau gets you to do whatever it is he wants you to do. That's the way your mammy gets you to do whatever she wants you to do. So you're going to try that same emotional manipulation with Mel, but it's not working the way it used to, because Mel used to let you come back in way too often, and you tried it again asking her about going on. Oh, I better not see you going on vacation on an island or nothing, because I'm gonna be like, this heifer. It's like, I was a dark soul a few months ago. Don't call me no heifer. Like, we can joke like that.
That's
Girl,
what I was
ain't
thinking.
telling you my business.
Don't be worried about what I'm doing on my trip. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with you.
Mel intentionally should book a trip when they do that, and because she don't owe them nothing. So when she said it, I'm like, girl, you tripping.
And not Maurice trying to make her do something, talking about some she could put a PowerPoint together. Who you talking to, baby? Now she could put a PowerPoint together. I forgot what it was on, but what is she
Basically
supposed
the
to be
Zoom call.
explaining if she's not going to do that? Like, I'm like, but what's the point if she's not going to participate? Like, you can't force this lady to do something. And then Tisha talking about, I need you to come look at the facility with us so you can tell everybody why you not gonna do it. Girl, I'm not gonna do nothing. I don't know. They were doing too much.
As if she owes an explanation.
That's my thing. But let's get to Miss Nell, because she and Mel go to do a little stripper class or whatever. And this is where Nell asks more questions about what Melody has been up to. And Melody pretty much lets her know that she thinks she may have found her prince. I think she talked about how she didn't feel safe with Martell or something like that. And then she goes into saying how this guy pretty much gives her things without her even having to ask for it. So she feels like she may have found her prince, but she says that nobody will likely meet him until she gets married. What are you guys' thoughts about that? Do you think she may have found her prince?
No, because she's single now.
So either. That's what I said.
That's what I thought. All right.
She says she's single, so I want to know. Like, I don't know. I just want to know what had her feeling that way. He must have been fraud.
Reasons why she shouldn't bring him on the show then, because if it ain't gonna last and it ain't gonna get out of at least a year of y'all being together, then I guess it wouldn't serve a purpose of really just having people on the show just to be on the show to say you got somebody.
I think she should pop up when she got a husband, for sure.
That ain't gonna happen.
The show gonna be over by then.
Yeah, Mel said that she don't think that she said she's starting to rethink that whole, she don't think she wants to get married again.
Oh, okay. She shouldn't if she don't want to. I mean, I always tell y'all, I probably wouldn't get remarried, girl. Like, I would just be single and you could be my little friend or whatever. But ain't nobody trying to husband none of you. It's okay. Because at the end of the day, I feel like she will never really be able to gauge whether people are with her because of who she is and what she can do for them, or because they're really there for her. And I think because she thought Martell was there for her and they were together even before all of this, and she couldn't even trust him. So I think it probably puts her in a position to never fully be able to trust anybody. And I honestly don't think that she should until somebody proves themselves capable.
And I also think she might possibly be taking it extremely slow with getting to know somebody new. And if you're not going as fast of a pace as they may want you to go, I think that's also going to speed up and expose some red flags about that person as well. Because she really taking her time with it. Because she really ain't in no rush. Like, be with somebody for what? I got too much freedom right now. Like, we can have fun though, see what it's gonna be. But yeah, I didn't think she found her prince either. But let's get to Tisha and Marceau, because they're having these renovations at their old house, and Marceau is trying to convince Tisha of him and his son being able to stay at the the old house while she and the girls stay at the new house. Tisha is seeing this as no, a family needs to be together. What I think is happening, I see nothing wrong with Marceau staying at the old house. I feel like Marceau said that because he probably looking at the money and was like, well, shoot, if you get a smaller place for you and the girls, then we won't have to spend out so much with you having this other home. I feel like Tisha said what she said because she's thinking about our opinion as viewers and what we gonna say about, oh, Tisha, you let your man stay at the other house. It ain't like Tisha ain't got keys. I'm sure they got cameras. It ain't like she can't pull up. I feel like if he gonna do something, he probably not gonna do it at the house, and then he gonna have his son there. So she was like bachelor pad, and I was like, where did you get this from? Like you be trying to act like you're not fazed by us, but you be so fazed by us.
The son. I think her son said something. It was the way she was phrasing it that made me feel like their son said that to her. Like that was like it's gonna be like a bachelor pad for us.
You know, Jamie, I feel like you brought up some really good points because I wasn't even thinking about the money aspect of it. When they went to go tour, what apartment was it? Was they touring like a 2,000 square foot 4-bedroom apartment or something like that?
Yeah, that was bigger than a house.
Yes, to me, I was like, wow, that's wild. For one, but I also agree with Tisha. Even though I do feel like her opinion came from her concerns about what the viewers was gonna say, I agree with Tisha. I think they should stay together as a family. But from a money standpoint, I mean, I guess it do make sense. But this whole thing don't make sense to me because ain't this house supposed to be temporary? So what are you flipping the house for?
And then threatening her with the "you gonna have to pay me for my time" shit. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I thought he was saying you're gonna have to pay since me and the son are not doing the renovations and you want me here full time. I'm not gonna have the capacity to be over here, then run all the way over there. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have to spend more money getting a team to come in and do the renovations. So I think that's
what
where
it's gonna take longer to do.
But I still feel like at the end of the day, you're in construction. Why would you be trying to renovate that by yourself when you supposedly have all these other big jobs that you have to do? You got
because of that big lawsuit.
I didn't think he was saying that they were going to renovate it themselves. I thought he was saying that the people who his contractors were going to renovate the place, and he felt like it would move faster if he was helping or basically.
No, it's not like he said
him and the son. Yes, he was saying him and the son are gonna do, because he was like, remember when you were out of town and I renovated the bedroom? How did I do that? I did it overnight and I worked 2 jobs, trying to let us know that he was actually doing something.
That is how he be talking.
So he was trying to that was just to let us know that he was working hard to renovate their bedroom at one point. I'm like, what bedroom, child? Where? When was you renovating a bedroom, nigga? Like, whatever. But to me, it does sound like he's trying to create some separation, and her saying, no, that's not what I want. And he like, okay, well, I'm going to make you pay for that. Since you don't want to give me my way, I'm going to threaten you so that I can make you feel bad enough to change your mind. That's why, okay, well, you're going to have to pay me for my time. Like, he literally said that to her.
Comment from Pacino. By the way, the son will be in school all day.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Ooh, that's why Tisha was like,
unless it's the summertime, but still,
unless it's the summer.
It wasn't though. Remember, y'all? It's like
when they filmed it,
yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, it definitely was when I say, to pay me for my time thing, I felt like he was trying to guilt her into doing what he wanted her to do when he said that. Like, oh, you're gonna have to give something up, something that you enjoy. You're gonna have to give up. We're gonna have to make some sacrifices. Like, sir, what else was y'all gonna do to renovate this damn house? You really thought you and your son was gonna renovate this whole house by yourself? That shit wasn't ever gonna get done.
Right, that's crazy.
Stop playing with me.
Why are you renovating it anyway if you're gonna be in a house next in the 7 acres house next year?
In 2024, 2025. Like, have they even broke ground yet? Like, give me a break.
I think the ground may be broke. They just ain't they ain't moving no dirt.
It's giving sticks and rocks.
Yeah,
it's giving Chateau Scott.
Oh, girl. I just feel like I'm tired of them lying so much. And that's the thing that works on my nerves about Carlos. Because it's like, You got all of this critique for Real Housewives of Atlanta, but you can't get the Scots to stop lying and giving us fake storyline every season.
It's so messy. Well, let's talk about a little piece of a real storyline. Cause let Stormy mama tell it, girl. Stormy paid them $15,000. So first of all, Stormy's aunt and the her son come over. Y'all know Junior. I think that's his name. He ended up getting fired by Stormy. But I really feel like, honestly, the only reason why Stormy fired him was because her husband wanted that. That's just what I think. But let's keep going.
That's why she was crying.
Right. So the aunt, I had an issue with this part. The aunt was expecting Stormy to let her know that her son was fired. I don't think that's Stormy's job. That's your son's job. If I was in that situation, I don't expect to tell one of my brothers like, "Yo, I fired your son." Like, what the fuck? Why would I? That's your son. Like, girl, this is business, and you're technically not in business. Okay, you're family. So I don't ask me that. And I also felt like this. When Stormy's mama outed the 15,000, although I felt like she was wrong for that, it really was the things that she did after that, because I kind of didn't mind the 15,000 because her spilling that, because the aunt strikes me as a person that's going to always excuse her son's bullshit ass behavior regardless.
Absolutely.
I was about to say that.
And that's why I was kind of like, nah, I'm with Stormy mom on that. But when she started to do the absolute most, I said, okay, now see, at that point, your mama would have got her ass cussed the dog fuck out. Because ain't none of my aunties finna step in the manner that your mama stepped. Because I just felt like she started talking to Junior so disrespectfully, calling him a condescending prick and all this and that. And it's like, BIT, you're only acting like this because of where your daughter is, because you think that your daughter is on a higher pedestal than him.
Yep.
Because she got more money or got the bigger house and got all the land. Like, that's whack. But at the end of the day, understand this: she has it, you don't. So I didn't like that. But the aunt got mad, baby. She said, take this mic off me right now. Told the lady she deserved to get an Oscar with all of this acting up that she doing, because she's selling her family for pretty much a show. Ran outside, all of that. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about this overall scene, because it was a mess. Stormy, you might have to get your mama up off this show, but I will say this. For me, I'm not going to heavily fault you for your mama's actions, because clearly your mama gonna stay and do whatever the hell she want to do, like Mama Joyce. Okay, so I'm not gonna fault you for that, but girl, I would have cussed your mama the dog out. I'm just gonna be, girl, very clear.
I'm gonna tell you though. This the thing that made me mad. I feel like Stormy is just as much to blame, because I feel like she's instigating. How many times did her aunt walk out and she went back to get her aunt? When her aunt was sitting outside crying and she telling her how much she loved her, and Stormy was like, well, you need to come back inside because my mama in there with Junior by herself. As if something was happening and she needed to come and defend her child. So she comes back inside. Leave my baby alone. Like, you was trying to force that confrontation, if you ask me. I also don't like all of that light and sage and fake shit you was doing at the beginning, because when Mel was trying to get you hoes to learn how to communicate effectively, you didn't want to hear all of that. You wanted to curse and yell and all of that. Well, now everybody cursing and yelling. It's not good communication for you. You're not just getting it all out so y'all can move forward. Oh, all right.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like I almost said Sunny. Stormy be with the fake shit sometimes. What disgusted me about her mama, and I mean that, disgusted me, was her mama randomly brought up the 15,000, but the thing that disgusted me was the look on her face after she did it. She smiled with so much like satisfaction that she put that out there in front of the TV and in front of the cameras, and I was just like, ew. It just gave very dark soul. Is what it gave. So yeah, I wasn't really here for it, but I agree with what y'all said at the beginning. You could tell that her aunt Lisa will make excuses for Junior, and I think she also don't want nobody to know about his shit, because she gonna cover it up and she gonna stick beside him and not really hold him accountable. So I think two things can be true, but I think that Stormy be on that fake positive stuff sometimes. A lot of the times.
I feel like there's a part to this where Miss Betty is right, because I do feel like he was purposefully sabotaging Stormy's business.
That is so messed up, because she done paid all this money. But that's what happens when you let family members use you, girl.
And they be jealous, especially when they feel like, they should be able to have what you have and all of that. Like, I definitely feel like when they were talking, there was some like, an attitude he had. Like, there's only so much I can do. So what? And it kind of gave me the vibe that you was trying to ruin her shit because you jealous.
Oh,
Yeah,
I had
or
his
feeling
back a little
like it
bit.
was owed to him.
I had his back a little bit though, y'all. Oh,
Yeah.
call me his auntie. I mean his mama, because I had a little back. I had his back. Because this was my thing. Stormy, he's right. He can only do what he can do because BITCH, you're the one putting your products in stores, selling them on your own website. Why is it that you have this large inventory but only have about 7 people? No, you're not gonna
I
get
agree.
me. I'm gonna do what I can do in the parameters of what I can do it. And if your
I agree.
husband feels so much of a way, tell him to get his ass in here and help.
Thank you. I agree with you on that, Jamie. I did feel like it was not enough people in there and it was too much work. And obviously, you're not doing your job if it got that far behind. So I do agree with you on that. But I did feel like his attitude towards the conversation, the way he was like, oh, well, I don't care about getting fired. It just kind of made me feel like he was tired of being there and he could have low key been like, I'm ready to go anyway. And I think she might have been mishandling him in some ways, But I
Like
still
they gonna
feel
have
like,
to fire me to get me out of here type of energy.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, fuck it, I'ma chill on the job. This my cousin.
I can't.
And if they want to let me go, they gonna have to fire me because I'm not
Taking
leaving.
full advantage.
And listen, the fish start, like if something wrong, it start at the head. The fish stinks from the top, from the head, y'all. So don't understand me. Me saying that I feel like Junior had an attitude about the situation that made me feel like he wanted her to fail in some way because he was jealous, doesn't mean that she also wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing to keep that from happening in the first place. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, being lazy and feeling entitled and not doing what you're supposed to be doing and having an I don't give a fuck attitude is sabotage to me. If you know you can do something to help the situation, if you know you can do more to help your cousin out because this is a family business.
People be charged for that.
And you're doing it on purpose. You're doing it on purpose. So that's why I feel like it's sabotage because you purposefully not doing as much as you could do because you're jealous. And because they maybe ain't shit as bosses.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I don't even know if it's the jealousy. I think he just trifling.
Okay.
That's what I don't even think
just period.
I don't know nothing about this man, but just the way his mama was coming off in defense mode, I wouldn't even say he has that much get up and go about him to even be jealous because I don't think he has a desire to own a business the way that she does. I think he just is getting by and he just gonna, ride till the wheels fall off or until they tell him to get off.
You make sense, Niecy, because the way his mama capes for him and the way that, Stormy caped and came through with the 15 rags is giving, I'm going to do what I want to do because I know Stormy going to look out. Like, it's whatever. She got it. She ain't been doing that. She ain't going to do nothing. Like, I'm good. I'm family. Yeah. Good points,
somebody
ladies.
Always going to come save me. Yep.
Good points. Good points. Anything else about Love and Marriage Huntsville?
No.
Did y'all find out what they was getting arrested for? I tried to look it up and could not find a thing.
I do not know.
I don't know what he got arrested for, but it probably was drug related. 15 G's. It was probably drug related. For her, I think she might have been like trying, been busting some dude stuff up or something like that.
Yeah. What, like his cars, cut his tires?
Yeah, that type of thing. Because she was acting a fool, and she spent 3 days in jail, which meant the weekend. And then the judge saw that she was a excellent student, and he threw it out. And
but then I'm wondering if she could have been fighting. Maybe it was just like maybe she could have been fighting possibly. But she probably like another woman or something.
It was given over a dude. Like, I don't know why, but the way she said it, it was given over a dude or something.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I don't know. It's giving, I bust the windows out your car. That's what it was kind of.
I always wanted to do that. That's all. I always wanted to do that. I never did.
Hilarious.
Girl, we just gonna go somewhere where you can go and break shit legally because ain't nobody got time for that.
Just don't be breaking it like Jasmine was doing over on Love and Hip Hop because she was pissing me off. Throwing stuff very gently. I was like, girl, go ahead. Well, Nick done put you through all this. You need to be smashing a lot of stuff. Anywho, anything else on Love and Marriage?
Mm-mm.
Right.
Do better.